Uh-oh, we got a flat on our Can-Am X3. I'm gonna show you how we'll fix that with the AGM Scissor Jack and this 1/2-inch impact, and then I'll show you everything you need to know to lift your X3 with this jack. Let's get into it. First thing we're gonna do is position the jack under the frame. We'll line up here. You can tell because there's a little rivet. Okay, and up. Now we have an impact obviously, so we're going to take the lugs off with the thing in the air. If you don't, it's a little bit nicer to break all these loose before you lift. With that said, we'll pull these off. Then you notice I'm catching all the lugs. The reason we want to do that, we don't want these to fall into the sand. If they do, there's a chance we're going to get dirt and debris in here, and that's a problem when we go to put this back on because that dirt could gall these threads, potentially damage the lug nut or the stud, lead to a whole bunch of extra work. So keep them clean. Now, if one does fall in the dirt, not the end of the world. We'll just tap it out, blow it out, make sure those are clean, and then we'll put these in a safe spot. Get this wheel off and get it changed out with one that has a little more air. All right, now that we got a freshie, stick that on, and we're going to start all these lug nuts by hand. That way we make sure we don't cross thread anything. Again, just trying to protect those studs. And we're going to tighten this in a star pattern. And the reason that we do that, tightening in this cross or star pattern, is we want to make sure that this wheel pulls tight up to the rotor. That way we know when we torque all these that it is secure and it's not going to fall off. If for some reason on some vehicles, if you tighten it in a circle instead, there's a chance that you could pull the wheel in crooked. You would go through, tighten it, you'd never know. Then when you get driving, this wheel is going to square up, come loose, and it could fall off. Makes for a real bad day. So star pattern for the win. Now, if you have a torque wrench, now is the time to lower the jack down till this just touches the ground so that you can torque the lug nuts. I think on this car, Can-Am says the torque is around 89 foot-pounds, plus or minus 4. We don't have a torque wrench, we're in the middle of nowhere, so we're just gonna hit it one more time with the impact. Okay, we'll pull our catch out and lower the car back down. All right, we're ready to hit the trail. To kick things off, we'll do the rear lifts on the car, show you the primary and the alternates, then we'll move to the front. But first, let's grab the jack. Now, for lifting with the scissor jack, we do recommend that you pick up from the chassis and not the suspension. And the reason for that is the chassis is closer to parallel to the ground. Scissor jacks like to operate in a single plane. If we're picking up off suspension, what you can do if you're in a pinch, but we don't recommend, because it's at an angle to the ground, the top of the jack is going to follow that angle while the bottom stays on the flat ground, and it's going to cause the jack to distort. Not super awesome for the jack, so chassis for the win. On the rear of the car, we're just going to follow this joint down. Two-seater is the same thing. Directly underneath the car, you're going to feel a couple rivets down here. Those are riveted into a chassis tube. So we are just going to locate ourselves directly under that tube. That way we're not lifting on plastic that's empty. We're actually picking up on a frame structure so we don't damage the rocker panel on the side of the car. Now, one other thing I should note as we get up here is this car already is in four-wheel drive, so the front wheels won't roll, and it's in park. Now, if you are at all worried about it still rolling, I would chock a tire, We're on perfectly flat ground here, so we're not going to do that, but keep that in mind too. So now we've contacted the chassis tube here. All we have to do is lift. And there we are. With the tire off the ground, you are ready to perform your repair. For an alternate lift point in the rear, we can actually pick up off the chassis tubes here under the engine. It is important though that you locate this tube and pick up here, not in the center where it's unsupported. You will damage your skid pans. So along the chassis, really anywhere is fine, but we'll use this as an alternate in the rear. Okay, we're under the tube and we'll lift. Now the tire did come off the ground, but if you are in a low spot and this didn't come off the ground, you can also just take a scoop of dirt out from under the tire to give you the extra height you need should you be in a weird situation. For the front lift, we're again gonna pick up under the side of the car using rivets as our reference to locate that tube. Get under here, and go ahead and pick up. Okay, we know we're in line with the tube, so we can load. There we go, with the tire off the ground, now we can perform our repair. For the alternate lift point in the front, we're actually going to locate on the chassis tube that's running here directly under the front diff. So to do that, we'll turn the head so that that tube actually lines up in the trough here. That way it kind of prevents any slipping. All right, with it located in the trough, we can lift. There you go. With the car now in the air, you can perform whatever repair you need. Before you go, 2 quick tips for you. 1, if your car is drivable, before you start that repair, let's move it to a safe area off the trail. Make sure it's in 4-wheel drive so it doesn't roll. Put that thing in park. It's also going to be nice because now you're not blocking the trail for others and you don't have to worry about getting hit. Plus, a flat, unobstructed area is much easier and quicker to work in. And 2, if your body or any part of your body is going to be under this vehicle while you are lifting, or there's a chance that you may need to get back into the car while you're lifted, please put something under the vehicle to act as a jack stand. This can be a hard shell cooler, a toolbox, spare tire, rock, log, whatever it is, something that's under the car that acts as a catch in case the car moves off the jack. This is going to, 1, make sure that you don't get hurt, and 2, it's going to allow you to get the job done quicker and easier. That being said, today's video had one goal, and that was to show you everything you need to know about lifting your Can-Am X3 safely and quickly, because how you lift it matters. Now, if you have any questions, please leave them below. I am Bryan with AGM. Thank you for watching this episode of How You Lift It, and we'll see you next time.